Hi guys, welcome back. If you're looking for your next favorite read, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit subscribe and let's jump in.
Hey beautiful souls, this is Lily from Books4Soul. That sound, it's the constant buzz of notifications that keeps pulling us away from what truly matters. Today, I want to share something that's been weighing heavy on my heart, because I know you feel it too. Just last week, I found myself staring at my to-do list at 11 p.m., completely drained. Despite working non-stop, that book I've been dying to read was still sitting untouched on my nightstand. Sound familiar? It's like we're all living the same story, constantly doing, but never being. We're so busy checking boxes that we forget to check in with ourselves. I know what you're thinking. Lily, I get it, but how do we fix this? Well, I found the answer in an amazing book I want to share with you today. The authors, Jake and John, aren't just theoretical experts. They've been in our shoes, working at Google, drowning in endless tasks. But they discovered something revolutionary. Something that transformed their lives from a blur of busyness to a masterpiece of meaningful moments. And the best part? They've distilled it into 4 simple steps that anyone can follow. The heart of this book isn't productivity in the traditional sense. It's not about cramming as much as you can into 24 hours or striving to be endlessly efficient. Instead, it's about intentionally choosing how to spend your time on what's meaningful to you. Why does this matter? The authors share a story that really drives this home. One day, as one of them was playing with their child, they instinctively pulled out their phone to check an email. The child looked at them and asked, "Why are you on your phone?" That simple question was a wake-up call. They realized that what they had always believed about productivity was flawed. They'd been prioritizing tasks that weren't even theirs, just urgent demands from others. True productivity isn't about getting things done quickly. It's about dedicating your time to what's truly valuable to you. So, let me ask you, how are you spending your time? Are you clear on what really matters to you? If not, it might be time for some soul searching. Time is precious, we all know that. But if you're not intentional about how you spend it, chances are someone else is deciding for you. The authors of Make Time, Jake Knapp and John Zeratsky, know this struggle all too well. They worked at Google, leading massive projects like Gmail, Google Hangouts, and YouTube. Every day was a whirlwind of never-ending tasks. But through trial, error, and a lot of reflection, they developed a system to take back control of their time and their lives. This book is the result of their journey, and they've tested it on themselves to ensure it works. So, are you ready to stop feeling like your time is slipping away? Great! Today we're diving deep into the first of 4 powerful steps from the book, highlighting what matters most. Have you ever felt like your time is constantly being hijacked by others, or that you're stuck in a loop of distractions, leaving your most important goals untouched? If so, you're not alone. Why does it feel like time just slips through our fingers? Well, the book explains that it's often because we haven't clarified what's truly important to us. Without this clarity, we allow others or fleeting distractions to dictate how our time is spent. Think about it. At work, maybe your team assumes you've got extra bandwidth, so they pile on tasks or last-minute favors. And in your personal life, you might find yourself caught in the endless scroll of social media or binge-watching shows, losing hours without even realizing it. It's like falling into a time black hole. Poof, it's gone. So, how do we fix this? Simple. Before starting your day, take a moment to decide, what's the one thing I absolutely need to focus on today? But here's the kicker, you can't just decide it in your mind. You need to write it down and highlight it where you'll see it all day long. Think of it like using a highlighter in a book. It draws your attention to what's most important, so you don't forget. This act of highlighting your priority, physically and mentally, reinforces its importance. Remember, the tasks you highlight are yours to own, not someone else. So, what kind of tasks deserve this spotlight? The book suggests 3 criteria to determine your priorities. It's urgent and requires your immediate attention. 2. It will give you a sense of fulfillment once completed. 3. It sparks joy or excitement while you're doing it. If a task checks all 3 boxes, it's a clear sign to prioritize it. For example, as someone who spends a lot of time researching and writing, my mornings are sacred for drafting articles or working on big ideas. Even though I might have a mountain of emails or smaller tasks waiting for me, I push those to the afternoon. Why? Because writing is my core focus. It's where I feel most productive and fulfilled. Now that we've identified your priority, let's talk about timing. When should you tackle it? While conventional wisdom suggests doing it first thing in the morning, real life isn't always that simple. Sometimes we have non-negotiable commitments, team meetings, urgent deadlines, family responsibilities that need our immediate attention. If that's the case, go ahead and take care of those. But once they're done, gently remind yourself of your priority and jump right into it. And what about those inevitable requests from coworkers, friends, or family to just help out with this one quick thing? Here's where things get tricky. While it's great to be helpful, you also need to protect your time for what truly matters. It's okay. No, it's necessary to say no sometimes. Politely but firmly, let others know when you need to focus on your own priorities. So, what's your big priority for today? What's the one thing that, if you completed it, would leave you feeling accomplished and satisfied? Take a moment to think about it, write it down, and make it your guiding light for the day. Because when you focus on what matters most, you're not just managing your time. You're taking control of your life. Let's be real. How many times have you found yourself overwhelmed because you just couldn't say no? Maybe it's your boss asking for just one more favor, or a friend who needs help at the worst possible moment. You might think, if I say no, won't they be upset? What if I miss out on something important? But here's the truth. If you don't learn to say no, you'll never carve out the time and space to focus on what truly matters to you. That's step 1 in reclaiming your time. Here's a simple tip for navigating tricky situations, like when your boss piles on extra work. Instead of flat out refusing, you can turn the request back to them by asking, I'm currently handling 2 high priority tasks. Which one should I focus on first? This way, you're not rejecting them outright but still setting boundaries. For others in your life, a polite but firm conversation can work wonders. Remember, protecting your time isn't selfish, it's essential. You are the most important person in your life, and learning to say no is like building a protective shield for your energy and priorities. Now, let's move on to step 2, laser-sharp focus. Picture a laser beam cutting through steel. That's the kind of focus we're aiming for, where distractions melt away and you're locked in on your goals. But let's face it, Staying focused in today's world feels almost impossible. Technology is like a black hole, pulling you in with its endless notifications, colorful apps, and addictive scrolling. I've been there too, trying every trick in the book to outsmart my phone, but here's what I've learned. You don't win by fighting your distractions. You win by eliminating them. For example, instead of relying on sheer willpower, take proactive steps to limit your exposure. Delete time-wasting apps or log out of social media accounts during work hours. Having to log back in creates just enough friction to make you think twice. Another trick I've been using lately is dividing my devices by purpose. My phone and laptop are strictly for work, while my iPad is for entertainment. This simple separation creates a mental boundary, helping me resist the urge to check Instagram while I'm in the middle of a project. Small changes like these can make a huge difference in building a distraction-free zone. Finally, let's talk about step 3, boosting your energy. Think of your energy levels as the foundation of everything you do. Without it, even the best strategies for focus and time management will crumble. How do you keep your energy tank full? By moving your body, fueling it with nutritious food, and prioritizing quality sleep. Think of exercise as a reset button. It clears your mind, sharpens your focus, and leaves you feeling more alive. Eating well doesn't mean perfection, but choosing foods that nourish rather than drain you. And sleep? It's non-negotiable. A well-rested mind is like a car with a full tank. It'll take you anywhere you want to go. So, what do you think? Are you ready to take small, intentional steps to create more time in your life? Which of these 3 strategies, saying no, laser-like focus, or boosting your energy, feels like the right place to start for you? Now that we've talked about managing our time and focus, let's address something equally important, your energy. Have you ever noticed how starting your day feeling sluggish and drained can set the tone for everything that follows? It's like trying to run a marathon on an empty tank. You just don't have the energy to keep up, let alone resist the endless pull of technology and distractions around you. So how do we boost our vitality and reclaim control over our days? Instead of rehashing why it's important, because let's be honest, you probably already know, let's dive straight into the actionable tips shared by the author. First up, movement. The author suggests something pretty simple yet powerful. Aim to exercise 3 to 5 times a week. During these sessions, push yourself enough to get your heart rate up, and voila, you're already doing your body a huge favor. Imagine your body as a car engine. It needs to rev up regularly to stay in top shape. What's your go-to way to move? A brisk walk in the park, a quick yoga session, or even dancing in your living room can do wonders. Now let's talk about food. The advice here is to eat like a caveman. What does that mean? Essentially, focus on consuming foods in their most natural state. Think fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, and lean proteins. Cut back on processed and packaged foods that weigh down your body with unnecessary additives. Picture it this way. Every time you choose a wholesome meal, you're gifting your body the fuel it truly deserves. So, what's one small swap you can make in your diet today? And then there's sleep, a cornerstone of your energy and focus. The author has this fascinating perspective. Try recreating a primitive sleep environment. Back in the day, our ancestors didn't have bright artificial lights glaring into their caves. To mimic that, dim the lights in your bedroom before bedtime to signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. You can even go a step further, like I've started doing, and set a phone curfew 30 minutes before bed. Why? The blue light from screens doesn't just mess with your eyes and skin. It also disrupts your sleep cycle. Plus, those sneaky electromagnetic waves from your phone. Let's just say your body will thank you for the break. Here's a step many of us skip, but is just as vital: self-reflection. The author emphasizes the power of reviewing your day. Every evening, take 30 minutes to jot down how you spent your time. Did you lose hours scrolling through TikTok or binging shows? Or maybe you got sidetracked with online shopping. By tracking these patterns, you start to notice where your time slips away, and more importantly, how to reclaim it. What would happen if you spent just a little more time on what truly matters to you? At the heart of this book is a profound reminder. Managing your time isn't about squeezing more into your schedule. It's about managing your energy, focus, and priorities. We all have the same 24 hours each day, but how you use them is what sets you apart. Since applying these principles from Make Time, I've not only finished that novel I've been putting off for months and established a consistent morning yoga practice, but I've discovered something even more valuable: the joy of being fully present in my own life again. Remember, this isn't about becoming a productivity machine. It's about creating space for moments that make your soul sing. What's that one thing you've been wanting to make time for? Share it in the comments below. I read every single one. If this episode resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and join our Books4Soul family. Next week, we're diving into another life-changing book that will transform how you think about success. This is Lily, reminding you that your time is sacred and you deserve to spend it on what truly matters to you. Until next time, keep nurturing your soul through wisdom.